OCA. Congratulations for this very successful symposium. You remember when you launched this months ago, I told you OWA will be with you all the way. So we're here, and despite hectic schedules, we're here to support you and show you how much also we value our seafarers and their families. Admiral Santos and Admiral Donato, where are you? I think he's gone. Oh, there. While I was listening to the presentation of Admiral Donato, particularly on the OSM Family Club, I had thought for a while I was listening to an OWA presentation, because these are the programs also that we have. No? So I also congratulate OSM for these programs, particularly for the families. At any rate, allow me first to introduce to you the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration. Just in case there are some of you here in the audience who do not know what the OWA is, or the Overseas Workers Welfare Administration. It's an attached agency of the Department of Labor and Employment. We are a sister agency of the Philippine Overseas Employment Administration. The only difference is that POEA is a regulatory body, while OWA is a welfare agency. We are developmental, we do not regulate, we are very friendly to the private sector because we don't suspend, we don't cancel licenses, but we work hand in hand with the private sector, particularly in the promotion of the welfare and interests of the seafarers. Okay. Our highest policy-making body is called the Board of Trustees, and the chairman of the board is no less than the Secretary of Labor and Employment. And the body is composed of representatives from the private sector, from the seafarers, from the OFW land base, and from some government agencies that have something to do with the welfare of our OFWs, including the seafarers. So we are a membership agency. We say that OWA is a membership agency. To enjoy the privileges, the benefits of the OWA, you must be an active member. That's why this is very important. Our private sector friends know that, and that they should not be remiss in enrolling or registering their seafarers in our agency, so that if something happens to the seafarer or to the OFW, it's important that he gets the privileges, the benefits that are due him or his family. Kaya dito po sa mga nandito ngayon ng mga tiga-private sector, huwag natin kakalimutan yung ating obligasyon din sa ating mga seafarer na sana huwag ninyong babayaang mag-lapse yung kanilang membership at tuloy-tuloy yung kanilang membership sa OWA. It's the agency, it's the government agency that promotes the welfare and interests of OFW members, and OWA manages the welfare fund of the workers. No? So we have to manage the fund in a transparent and judicious manner, and we have to ensure that the fund is stable, the continuous build-up of the capital. Maybe you've heard also in some news reports on TV, on radio, some are asking, where does the fund go or how is it utilized? We're saying that the money, the fund of the OFWs is intact. It's very much secured. Never mind if the dollar is going down, but the money is invested in government securities, and we are holding it in pesos. And we would also like to say that, as Merly pointed out, the fund, the welfare fund of the seafarers is separate from the land-based workers. Kaya meron na po talagang distinction yon. Kaya kitang-kita natin yung accounting dun sa pondo ng mga seafarers. Okay, let me go to my next slide. OWA's programs and services for OFWs are provided during the pre-employment, on-site employment, and post-employment or return stages. So I took the pains of doing that airplane, no? For ano lang, for effect lang. We're saying that for every step of the way, OWA is there, no, to provide assistance to the OFWs. Thus, even on, can we just get down the pre-employment? Okay. We provide pre-departure orientation seminar. Not necessarily us that administer the seminars, but we accredit manning agencies, we accredit service providers to help us administer the PDOS. We have gone a long way in administering also this, or in supervising people who are accredited by us, and we have already asked them to include also the members of the families of the OFW during this pre-departure orientation seminar, so that they too would understand what life is abroad or on board. Kaya importante rin na yung mga nagpipidos kasama na yung kanilang pamilya para maintindihan nila kung anong nangyayari sa kanilang pagtatrabaho sa ibang bansa o sa mga vessels, no, na sinasakyan ng ating mga seafarers. We have this stress management courses. Well, of course, we say that those who need stress management are the HSWs, or the household service workers. But later on, we found that all types of workers need this course. And therefore, we're not administering this not only to the household service workers, but we also found out that this should also be given out to seafarers, because they too are subject to much stress on board. We conduct also language and culture training, not necessarily for the seafarers, but for other types of workers. But those seafarers who would like to join our language and culture training sessions, they can very well come and join us. And of course, OWA does counseling through its family welfare officers. On site, this is more applicable to the OFWs, those who work on land. We have conciliation of disputes between the worker and the employer. We also do counseling on site. We have provision of assistance to distressed workers, stranded workers, and seafarers. Thus, we help in their repatriation. You will probably recall that just a few weeks ago, we were able to repatriate a group of seafarers who were stranded in Valencia, Spain. Of course, also with the help of the manning agency and the employer later on. But this had to be, this had to appear in the news before the manning agency moved to help the seafarers. But we do repatriate, we do help in the repatriation of our seafarers, of our OFWs. As Mary pointed out, those who were working in Libya at the time when the hostilities were really rising, we had to repatriate 10,000 OFWs together with their dependents, their families, out of Libya. We also repatriated a group from Egypt, from Yemen, hopefully not from Syria this time, because we know that there's also some tension going on in Syria, but hopefully there will be no repats from that place. Okay. We also conduct entrepreneurial skills training for our OFWs on site. We have the Filipino Workers Resource Center, which is managed by our Philippine Overseas Labor Office, and there are many upgrading courses that are being conducted there, including entrepreneurial skills training. And, well, I mentioned already the repatriation and evacuation of distressed workers, particularly in emergency or critical situations, even in times of calamities, natural disasters like what happened in Tokyo, when we had to repatriate also Filipinos from those places that were hit by the earthquake and tsunami. Then we have our programs for post-employment. This is the reintegration program that we have through enterprise development, and we have the stress debriefing or counseling, particularly for those workers or seafarers who had some traumatic experience while on board the vessels or while working abroad. Victims of human trafficking, victims of illegal recruitment, victims of abuse, verbal, physical, they come to us or we go to them to conduct stress debriefing through the help also of some other government agencies like Department of Health and ESWD. Now, how do we do all of this? How does OWA implement these programs? We have 17 regional offices. See, we are present in every region of the country. Okay. Then we have 37 overseas posts. See? So, can I just, okay, let's start with Asia. Then we have in the Middle East, we have in Europe, then we have North America, we have in the Sierra Miles in Saipan, we have our station there, our field office there. So, just to have a rundown, in Asia, we're in Singapore, we're in Hong Kong, we're in Macau, we're in Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, we're in Taiwan, Taipei, Kaohsiung, and Taichung. We are in Brunei. So, we're all over in Asia. And therefore, when we look at the programs and services for the families, we say that OWA does not look only after the welfare of the seafarer, but also of the family. Let me start with the OFW Family Circus. I was listening to Admiral Donato, and he was talking on the OSM Family Club. Now we also are into the OFW Family Circus. They number about, we have about 50,000 members of family circles. There are about more than 500 family circles scattered all over the country. And what are these family circles? They are composed of families and dependents of seafarers that are organized to expand OWA's reach in the delivery of its programs and services. Meaning to say, we need the family circles also to help us in delivering our services to the grassroots. We need them as our conduit also to deliver faster our services to the OFWs, to the seafarers, and to the families as well. There's within the family circles, there are the capability. Nawala yata tayo. Okay. Capability building trainings to be able to extend assistance to seafarers in their localities. We train the members of the family circus. So every now and then we have regular training sessions for capability building, for leadership. No? Then we also conduct value orientation seminars for them. There are other modules like on HIV/AIDS, on gender sensitivity. Then we have environment issues as well. In other words, here you have a family circle where you empower that family circle by giving them enough information so that they too become information disseminator later on. Then they too would be aware of what they need to know and what they need to do. The OFC's meetings also serve as venue and opportunity for families to share experiences and draw lessons from them. So, every now and then, the members of a family circle would gather in a venue and then they talk among themselves.